Newly crowned champions Paris Saint-Germain were aiming for their 25th victory of the campaign when they travelled to Strasbourg. It was the hosts who made the perfect start. Under 2 minutes on the clock, brilliant through ball from Luca Perrin released Kevin Gamero, who smashed home at the near post. PSG responded though, this time Perrin's pass not so accurate, and it was Neymar who delivered a good through ball, utilising the speed of Kylian Mbappe, and the forward making no mistake with a toe poke under Marseille's. PSG would complete the turnaround in the second half. Another perfectly weighted ball from Neymar to Mbappe, this time the latter with the cutback and an easy finish for Achraf Hakimi. 4 minutes later it was 3-1. As with his first goal, it was another through ball which was to set up Mbappe for his second. Surprisingly, this one came from Strasbourg's Alexander Djikou. Once through, the composure you expect from Mbappe. Make it 2 goals for the game and 24 for the season. Things would start to look less comfortable with a quarter of an hour remaining. A corner from the right, headed goalwards by substitute Habibou Diallo, catching the unfortunate Marco Verratti on the way through. Just as was the case last week, it will be a sting in the tail for PSG. Strasbourg's late pressure eventually paid off. Across from the left, turned home on the volley by Anthony Cassi. 3-3 the final score, more frustration for PSG, an important point for Strasbourg in the fight for Europe. Marseille were aiming to tighten their grip on second place when they welcomed Lyon to the Orange Velodrome for Sunday evening's Olympico. They dominated the early stages but found themselves behind when Luc Bart turned in a loose ball after a deflected free kick. And Lyon weren't done for the night. Malo Gusto storming down the right, fullback showing good strength, putting in a cross that Dembele turned home for 2-0. Perhaps catching Lopez by surprise at the near post. Tete this time bringing the ball into the Marseille half, finding compatriot Lucas Paqueta, getting the ball back on the overlap, picking out Carl Toko Ekambi at the back stick. Turned home to apply salt to the wounds. 3-0 at the final whistle. Two teams at contrasting ends of the table met when third-placed Rennes host 18th placed Saint-Etienne. It'd be Rennes who opened the scoring. Hopeful long ball forwards, headed partially away by Eliakim Mangala, but only finding the chest of Martin Terrier, and then Lovro Maya, who fired home on the volley. Rennes would wrap up the victory with 5 minutes remaining. Maya getting his second with an assist of sorts, again coming from Mangala, the defender sliding to stop a pass, but in the process laying it on a plate for the midfielder. Then take another step towards confirming their spot on the podium, while Saint-Étienne are running out of opportunities. Monaco went in search of a 7th successive league victory when they welcomed Angers to the Stade Louis II. They would find the breakthrough shortly before half-time. Youssouf Fofana winning the ball back and then wriggling between Angers defenders, somehow holding onto the ball and finally getting off a shot. Anthony Mandrea getting a hand to it, but directing it straight into the unfortunate Abdoulaye Bamba, ball bouncing off the unfortunate wing back into his own net. The second would come from an Angers corner. The hosts breaking at speed and in numbers. Kevin Volland laying it off for Wissam Ben Yedder, top scorer finding the back of the net. 2-0, a win that sees Monaco further cement their top 5 status. Sunday's clash between Bordeaux and Nice had the potential for huge implications at both ends of the table. After piling on the pressure from the very first minute, Les Aiglons would finally make it count with 15 minutes remaining. Thuram to Bard, and the ball taking a deflection off Tom Lassou and left on a plate for Andy Delors. And Nice could, if not should, have doubled their lead late on. Bilal Brahimi storming down the right wing, cutting back and finding Jordan Latomba. His shot struck the post and fell kindly for Brahimi, but the substitute unable to keep his shot down. Nonetheless, Nice held on for the win that increases their grip on a top 5 spot. Nantes were one of the sides in with a better chance of snatching a top 5 finish coming into the weekend, but first had to deal with the visiting Nantes. After just 8 minutes, Moses Simon would give his side the lead. A mistake from Nigerian, firing low into the bottom corner. And with the hosts reduced to 10 after a straight red for goalkeeper Jean-Louis Lecker, Nantes took advantage of their extra man, Simon there with an easy tap-in to double the lead. With a quarter of an hour remaining, things got less comfortable for the visitors. Seko Fofana laying it up for David Costa, who held an effort nicely inside the far post. 2-1 and game on. Mere seconds later, Lens would have the chance to equalise. Alban Lafont rushing out but catching Wesley Said rather than the ball. Referee initially waving away the protests, but VAR overturning the decision. Arnaud Kalimwendo, the man to take on the responsibility, hold his nerve. 2-2, no late winner, an impressive comeback by the team with 10 men. Lille squared off against Troyes, knowing that only a win would do if they wanted to remain competitive in the race for Europe. The no longer reigning champions may have dominated the first half, but it was ESTAC who opened the scoring. Tristan Dingomey's nice turn earning his side a penalty, and captain Florian Tardieu, call as you like, sending Leo Jardim the wrong way. Lille were reduced to 10 when Renato Sanchez talked himself into a red card, and they would give away another penalty as Sven Botman hauled down Ike Ugbo. Striker given the chance to take the penalty and doing just as good a job as his captain. Stutter, an emphatic finish. Straight red for Burak Yilmaz saw Les Dogs down to 9. With 5 minutes left, the referee was pointing to the spot again. Penalty numero 3 for Troyes. GT's passed back to Tardieu, and the captain going left again and finding the net again. A huge win for the hosts, which lifts them to 14th. Lille out of the race for Europe. Clermont headed into their meeting with Brest looking to extend their 2-point advantage over the relegation zone. A Romain Del Castillo lunge saw Les Pirates midfielder earn a straight red, but despite their man disadvantage, he took the lead from a corner. Steve Mounier with a brilliant flick on, and Lilian Brassier there to poke home with the hosts in front. Just 2 minutes later, it was 2-0. Goal kick finding Youssef Belaili. Advantage played. A brilliant cross put in, and Mounier just about able to head home. Despite playing much of the game with 10 men, Les Pirates sailed to victory, and Clermont missed a big chance to move away from danger. Lorient and Reims were both looking to bounce back from defeat when they went head-to-head at the Stade du Moustoir. It was the visitors who got off to the perfect start. Arva Zanelli turning in after a quarter of an hour. The first goal of the season, after missing much of the campaign with an ACL injury. But Lorient would reply, and in some style. Darren Moffey picking up the ball inside his own half, running at the Reims defence, leaving the centre-backs for dead, rounding the keeper, putting the ball into the empty net for a quite brilliant solo goal. Lorient piled on the pressure, but one decent attack would be all Reims needed to regain the lead. Perfect ball in from Kamari Doumbia. It was turned home by El Belal Touré. 2-1 the final score. Lorient failed to make their pressure pay and missed an opportunity to move away from danger. Two sides desperately out of form went head-to-head as Montpellier hosted Metz. It was the less likely of the two who took the lead. Didier Lamkelzee working some space, seeing his shot blocked. Boubacar Traoré fluffing his attempt, but Thomas Delaine finally putting it away. Metz would double their lead in bizarre circumstances, a clearance striking the face of William Michael Brensis, and Louis Mafuta there to put the ball away with his teammate still on the ground. The 2-goal lead would last just 10 minutes though, across from the left finding Arnaud Souquet at the back post. And the right back looping a header over Marc Aurel Carrière for his first goal of the season. And as if to sum up their season, it would be late heartbreak for Metz. A slip from Boubacar Kouyaté in the box allowed Sacha Delayen a nice flick over the defender's outstretched leg and across to the waiting feet of Elie Wahi. A painful 2-2 for Metz, the writing now surely on the wall. 30 goals in all across the 10 games, including dramatic comebacks at Strasbourg against the new champions and Montpellier against the nearly relegated Metz. Marseille's loss means second place isn't sewn up yet, and despite their impressive draw, Strasbourg slip away from the European spots, now 3 points behind 5th place Nice. Metz and Bordeaux are clinging on to life in the top flight, 8 and 6 points from the safety of 17th respectively, whilst Angers' continuing poor form has seen them fall into the relegation battle. Lille will hope for a better day when they get things underway on Friday evening, but it will be against in-form Monaco. PSG wrap up the weekend against Troyes on Sunday evening before 2 midweek games on Wednesday.